Is this called ASMR?
That's exactly what that's called. Let me get into...
Hold on, this might be our niche.
It might be what?
Our niche.
I think it is. Let's scrap it. Let's start over.
Lost in space, but that's okay. Climb aboard the brand spaceship today.
This is what we're going to do. First of all, do you want to welcome our friends, or do you want to just not acknowledge that they're here?
I don't know what Jared's talking about, but I'm Ryan Shepard. This is the brand Spaceship. I've got a protein bar in my mouth, so it's all you're getting today.
Dehydrated protein bars, because it stays good in space. Here's what we're going to do now. For everybody who doesn't know, which I'm going to assume is everybody, we've just wrapped on a brand new manifesto video for our company, which is so fun. And we're going to watch it, and we're going to break it down a little bit. All right? So let's just jump right into watching it. And then after we watch it, we're going to jump right into talking about it. All right. Here we go. Let's watch this. And away we go.
On the 100-mile race of business, creative production hits around mile 80. The business is working. You've got sales and employees, but you need to scale your message both internally and externally. You have an idea for what to create, but how do you pull it off? Press the easy button and partner with Mile80. With decades of experience in all aspects of creative production, we not only guide you from mile 80 to 100, we're the partner that picks you up and carries you across the finish line. The harder the problem, the more excited we get. We're not in this to win awards in southern France. We're here with the creative sword to slay your business dragon. Whether you're looking to launch your first messages out into the world, globally scale your advertising to every platform imaginable, or speak more creatively to your internal team, we're the easiest choice you'll ever make. We stick to budgets, deadlines, and promises. We don't make excuses, and we never let our egotistical artsy fartsiness interfere with what your business needs. We're Mile80. We're your last stop for creative production. Press the easy button today at mile80.com.
All right. First thought, off cuff here.
I will just tell you right now that this episode's clickbait title is the number one reason you hate your production company.
I want to say just right off the cuff, that is the only production agency video I've seen that says the word fartsy, and I'm very excited about this.
To be a part of it?
Yeah.
You know, when I started in this industry, my goal was to one day make a video that I would intend for people to take seriously, and not only put the word fart in it, but like a childish version of the word fart.
Right.
Fartsy.
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 I see your fart and I raise you a fartsy.
Now let's in all seriousness, because as we know based on my shirt, I take myself very seriously. In all seriousness, the number one reason that you hate your production company is because they are artsy fartsy people. What does that mean? Artsy fartsy people. These are people who believe that every time they touch a camera, they make something called art. What is art? No one knows but them. And whatever they think is art is actually art, okay? These are artsy fartsy people. They know everything about art, and they know nothing about why they're making it, at least in the case of commercials. Ostensibly, I'm not supposed to say big words. Delete that. Ostensibly.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I would like to pitch that every time you say an unnecessarily large word, we slap some reverb on it and get an instant replay.
Absolutely, we should. And that's actually my version of artsy fartsiness, is probably using words that are too big.
Okay.
Back to artsy fartsy. I went to film school. Many people that went to film school with me, honestly, were kind of jerks to me. The older people. I had plenty of friends, a beautiful thing. The older people, they'd ask me things. They'd be like, what's the best Jim Jarmusch movie? And I was like, who's Jim Jarmusch?
I try to answer that question in my films.
And they were like, oh.
I'm just going to guess. Citizen Kane? I don't know. That's the answer to everything in film school, right?
No. Jim Jarmusch made this movie. I think it's called Dead Man. And most people will recognize it because it has this image of Johnny Depp in a boat. I think he's dressed as a Native American. I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
And I had to watch this and analyze this in school.
Social misfits experiencing the dark side of the American dream.
So I went to school with a lot of artsy fartsy people. These people went out and they tried to make short films. It turns out no one wants to pay for their movies. So it turns out, and this is true, it's easier to be a filmmaker within the commercial space because businesses have money. A lot of folks have really good ideas, have really good aesthetic. They have beautiful concepts for how to bring your business to life. But at the end of the day, they think what they're doing is making art. You think what they're doing is solving a business problem you have, which is I need attention on some message. The number one reason that you dislike whoever you're working with at a production company is this exact thing. They believe they are creating beautiful visuals only. And you believe they're solving your problem, which is I need my message to more people.
And stated very clearly.
This is the fundamental misalignment. Now, back to the manifesto, right? The reason we're showing you this, and the reason we even made this, is to say, we are not these people. And we never let our egotistical artsy fartsiness interfere with what your business needs. In fact, these people, they kind of make me annoyed in general, because as someone who is a business person, when they start telling me about how we need to shoot with this camera, we need to shoot this way or whatever, and they never tell me what the goal is of the company, I go, my goodness, it must be frustrating for these brands to have to deal with these folks who think that they're Jim Jarmusch, who think that they're like when Christopher Nolan sees this commercial for a bagel company. He's gonna be like, this guy, this gal, they're the next me, and they deserve to shoot the Oppenheimer sequel that's even darker.
Anybody who says they're the next me should just be canceled on the spot. I am super pro, just like finish him, Mortal Kombat style.
We're not in this to win awards in Southern France. Southern France is obviously a reference to Cannes. I'm going to say it wrong. I've never been. I don't care that I've never been. Tons of great people I know go to this. Here's the thing. It's great to win awards. However, if your goal is, I'm going to make this thing that gets me on. I remember working with this producer whose whole goal was to get on the cover of Ad Age. I don't even know if they still have a magazine. This was like a decade ago, but all he would talk about is like, listen, I've done a lot of in the 20 years I've been in business, and I still haven't got my face on the magazine cover. And I remember at one point, this is true, he looked at me and he said, are you trying to steal that from me? Are you trying to be the one that gets on the cover of that? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care at all. And truly, from the beginning, I've been the type of person who's like, I don't want to be a starving artist. I love to create. I've written many films. I'm going to make movies, but Mile80 is my outlet. And the reason for this manifesto, it's my outlet to use my skill to help businesses. We have all joined up as artists. We all have our own creativity. But when you join Mile80, it is our goal to dismiss a lot of that, dismiss that artsy fartsy, and instead be business people with a skill. We think of ourselves as the pit crew. And you're driving around the track and then you come in and we're just switching out those tires super fast. They're the best tires ever. You don't got to worry. That's why we call ourselves the easy button, right? Just boop, come into the pit stop. We'll take care of it. And we're not going to be like, I think that your orange isn't quite deep enough. And I wish that you went a little more desaturated. I think that would connect with the loneliness that people feel in society today. Additionally, I know you've heard of this climate crisis, haven't we all? I believe that if what we did, instead of showing your product being used, we put your product on an oil tanker and we blew up the oil tanker.
That's great. Christopher Nolan,
don't
steal that idea, Christopher Nolan.
But the point remains, right? You don't like your production company, your agency, in my opinion, almost always because, I actually decide there's two reasons.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to stick to the title being one. The first one, and this is what the clickbait title is, right? Is that we're artists. We're artists. Right? We're not business people.
That
right?
was my screenshot. That was my screenshot for the poster right there.
They're artists. Okay, the second reason you don't like them is because they have a fountain in the lobby. They don't need a fountain in the lobby, right? Like if you're dealing with somebody at this point, post-pandemic, and they're like, meet us at our fancy office in Manhattan, come to the 50th floor, and then you just wait for 45 minutes for a very attractive person, man or woman, it doesn't matter, to deliver you like water on a silver platter, and then there's like fountains with Cupid at the top shooting arrows, who knows? But if there's all this I can tell you one thing. You are paying for that.
Yeah.
You are not paying to improve your business with visual storytelling.
No, you're not.
And that is number 2, but we're pretending there's only one in this video. Okay, last one, I promise. And this was actually in our first manifesto. Most of the people you interact with at the agency and production company that you work with actually never make anything. They're literally just account manager type people who have no concept of how to make anything. They're just bullshitting you. They don't know if they can say, they just say yes, 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 yes. And then they go and they talk to the actual artist. Artists like, we can't do that in 2 days. And they're like, figure it out. And that's, the whole industry is really abusive like that. And we're going to finish with this. I actually think if we didn't have the fountain in the lobby and we didn't have leadership that believed they were the next Christopher Nolan, all of the abuse that artists face, long hours, being underpaid, all that stuff would probably go away. So not only is the number one reason why you hate your agency connected to that, it's like a sickness in the industry. Anyone who's ever worked in advertising or in production as a freelancer is like, my God, it's a horrible job. I love making movies, but holy moly, no one is nice to me. Everyone yells at me. A 12-hour day is a short day. And I really think we're just servicing the artsy fartsiness of a guy in suspenders in Manhattan who's smoking a cigar, being like, I really did it, didn't I?
I've been here since 1948.
He's what's his name? J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, J.
Jonah Jameson.
Get me Spider-Man. He had such a great time with the creative endeavor of getting pictures of Spider-Man that he was like, you know what I need to do? I need to start a production agency.
I'm hiring Spider-Man to take pictures of Spider-Man. Meanwhile, another thing to realize is the people who are the artsy fartsiness, right? They have this like vision. They might be being conned by Spider-Man.
Yeah. But the other way to spend that is that J. Jonah Jameson asking Spider-Man to get pictures of Spider-Man is kind of indicative of like the way that these agencies who don't create things outsource things.
Cash money for a picture of Spider-Man.
And say, here you go. You're making it. You're in it. You're handling all of that. I'm taking my cut.
Genius.
What, are you looking for a raise? Get out.
Okay, I agree with that. And personal story on that. There have been multiple times where I have edited reels for producers who really were just salespeople. And they were advertising themselves as content creation specialists to go get other jobs, right? And I was editing reels for them of things I had made by myself.
There's nothing in here because you're going to fill it with work.
I mean, one of the reasons why I started my own business, I'm like, all I'm doing is servicing all these people above here, and they're just claiming to businesses
How the hell did you do that?
that they do what I do, when in reality, they act as middle people. So the number one reason why you don't like your video production company or agency, their artsy fartsiness. Brought to you by our manifesto. Thank you for watching. This is Brendan the Brand Spaceship. That's producer Jared, the one and only producer I'm ever going to get from space. And I am really grateful that we finished on time.
You know I'm getting an Emmy for this?
And I am not getting brought home.
Yeah, you got an invite, but it's in the mail and couldn't get it to you. But anyways, I'm getting an Emmy. So
all right, here we go. As will become tradition, me posing for the poster frame.
This is fun. This is the fun segment. This this segment is brought to you by Glamour Shots with Deb.
Glamour shots of my Deb.
Yeah.
Yes. Deb, give me a glamour shot.
That was fun.
And the end of every episode should be 7 minutes of just, it's 4-minute episodes and then 7 minutes of like.
They're like, what are they doing? I don't know. I heard it's good for the algorithm.
I love the idea that we spent 10 minutes talking about breaking down artsy fartsiness and then posed for 7 minutes. That's the most artsy fartsy thing is posing. Anyways.
You think this is artsy fartsy?
Hell yeah, dude.
This is me doing my best impression of a character in a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, but what does it really mean? It means that we have tunnel vision in society, right? It means that...
There we go. Yes.
Commercialism is keeping our eyes focused towards the things that are important when everything we love is over here.
Insert generic brand phrases here. Revolution. Hold on. I'm going to give us a new manifesto. At Mile80, we're on the cutting edge of solutions dedicated to bringing the world into the next stage of evolution, retrofitting society to the new age. Insert a fast train. As you decide your production partner, know that we're here on the bleeding edge of culture, society, technology, diversity, poverty, financial security.
I like it. It turned into like, we have no money. Please hire us.
Cut.